Chains on iron queens. The twin suns of Rizara burned overhead, casting harsh light on the stone execution platform at the center of the Imperial Plaza. A crowd of thousands gathered, their voices a low murmur of curiosity and anticipation. Alien species of all shapes and colors pressed against the energy barricades, eager to witness the hanging of 3 human women. Cameras hovered like flies, broadcasting the event to countless Imperial systems. In chains of neutron-forged steel, the prisoners were led forward. Commander Celine Ward, Dr. Alina Voss, and Priestess Kayla Vire. They walked upright, eyes unbowed, their presence unsettling in its calm defiance. The Empire had expected pleading, fear, or at least some sign of submission. Instead, they received silence, dignified, terrifying silence. A Vorthan governor, draped in ceremonial armor, raised his voice. Let this day mark the end of human rebellion. These terrorists defied the Galactic Empire and shall pay with their lives. The crowd roared approval, yet their excitement dimmed under the weight of the women's gaze. It was not the look of prey. It was the gaze of predators studying a lesser species. 1 week earlier, the raid had gone well by Imperial standards. An elite strike team breached the hidden base beneath the scarred moons of Verox 4, capturing the 3 humans after a brief resistance. The Empire celebrated the seizure of high-profile insurgents. Their titles were logged and dismissed. Commander meant nothing when Earth had no fleet. Doctor implied academic threat, easily neutralized. Priestess, mere superstition. They were imprisoned separately, in containment fields meant for psionics and shape-changers. They were scanned, interrogated, dissected psychologically. Results came back, anomalous. Celine Ward showed signs of having undergone Solar Legion conditioning, though that program had been declared extinct for over a century. Her muscle density, bone strength, and neuroresponse times were consistent with pre-collapse Terran supersoldiers. Dr. Alina Voss was quiet, too quiet, until a junior tech collapsed during a routine scan. The cause? A memory loop triggered through eye-blink Morse code. It contained schematics for a long-extinct Earth AI known as Eve. Kayla Vire was the strangest. Her brainwave patterns were unstable, yet resonant with unknown frequencies. Guards complained of dreams after spending too long near her cell. Some described visions of Earth burning, others Earth watching them. Still, protocol demanded a show of force. The executions were scheduled. Now, Celine felt the collar tighten around her neck. The neutron rope scratched against the remnants of her uniform, still bearing the faded Solar Legion insignia. Across from her, Alina stared into the distance, calculating. Kayla, bound last, smiled softly as though she heard music no one else could. Any last words? The governor sneered. Kayla spoke. Her voice was barely above a whisper, but it echoed like thunder. You should have let us die in the dark. Not here, before the eyes of the galaxy. The platform mechanism engaged. The crowd fell silent. 3 levers dropped. But they did not fall. An unseen force pulsed through the plaza. A ripple, like a tremor through reality. The gallows burned white-hot. The neutron rope disintegrated in bursts of photonic flame. The chain split. The executioners fell, screaming, clutching their eyes. From Kayla's mouth flowed words in an ancient Earth dialect, long forgotten except by the most clandestine of Terran historians. Celine moved first. Her right arm unfolded with a hiss, nanosteel sliding into place. Her military implants had reactivated, syncing with long-dormant orbital protocols. Alina raised her hands and snapped her fingers. Instantly, every Imperial drone in the plaza plummeted from the sky. Above them, the clouds parted. Dozens of black vessels appeared, unmarked, silent, beautiful in their menace. They bore no flags, no symbols. Only Earth knew their names. The Grave Mind, the Sister of Wrath, the Memory of Ice. Voss tapped her temple. Eve is awake. Screams echoed as chaos erupted. The crowd surged backward. Imperial troops fired, but their weapons shorted out. The women descended the platform not as fugitives, but as executioners. Kayla's eyes glowed white. She extended her hand and whispered, "Awaken." Across Rizara, hidden human cells activated. Psionics, agents, saboteurs, all long hidden, now moving as one. The entire planet groaned under the weight of revelation. "They try to hang queens with chains made for cattle," Celine said as she picked up a fallen soldier's rifle. "They forgot what Earth makes when it's quiet." Kayla turned to the nearest camera drone, now hovering mindlessly. Her voice rang with divine command. "Broadcast this to every world. The Empire dared to hang human women. Now, they will remember who we are." The drone obeyed, and the galaxy began to tremble. "You chose the wrong species." The capital city of Rizara was in flames. Above, Earth's black fleet loomed like silent judgment, precision-striking military installations with surgical fury. The human women, no longer prisoners, moved through the chaos like gods returned from exile. Celine led strike teams of hidden Terran operatives, directing them with crisp military precision. One after another, Imperial command posts fell. She activated orbital fire from the grave mind to level a palace where high-ranking Vorthan commanders had fled. No warnings were given. Earth didn't ask twice. Dr. Voss walked with eerie calm, deploying micro-AIs and nanoviruses. The Empire's communication systems collapsed in minutes. Defense grids turned inward. One by one, orbital platforms winked out, powerless. She did not speak often, but when she did, it was through hundreds of hijacked broadcasts. "Your throne is built on silicon sand." Kayla's work was more subtle and more terrifying. She performed the awakening. Across Rizara, thousands of human minds snapped into synchronicity. Psionic power rippled through ley lines hidden beneath the imperial capital. Statues cracked. Entire towers crumbled under the pressure of thought. Alien civilians dropped to their knees, overwhelmed not by force but by awe. Elsewhere, Council of Shadows, Terra, far from Rizara, deep within Earth's hidden citadel beneath Antarctica, the human remnant council watched through secure quantum relays. "The bait was taken," one whispered. "They dared to execute Earth's daughters," another growled. "They chose this. The plan had been laid over a century ago. Earth had faked defeat, destroyed its surface infrastructure, retreated into silence. It allowed the Empire to believe it had broken the Terran spirit. In truth, it had only unified it. The capture of Celine, Alina, and Kayla was never a mistake. It was a countdown, and today was 0 hour. Back on Rizara, Imperial governors begged for surrender. Vorthan troops dropped weapons, attempting to flee. The humans did not pursue civilians. This was not genocide. It was reclamation. Celine stood before a downed statue of the Emperor's likeness. She raised a boot and crushed its head. Broadcast drones caught the image. "This is what comes of chains," she said. Kayla's voice followed, soft but clear, projected across the stars. "You hung the daughters of Earth. You thought us broken. Now your stars will burn, and you will understand what it means to provoke the mothers of war." Imperial Throne World, 1 week later. The Emperor stood in his high hall, surrounded by trembling ministers. Human ships now orbited the core systems. Earth demanded terms, but the women did not come to negotiate. They came to judge. The hall doors burst open. Celine in her combat exoframe. Voss glowing with neural fire. Kayla barefoot, eyes white. "You dare to hang us," Celine said. "You chose extinction," Alina whispered. "No," Kayla said. "We choose what comes next." The Emperor fell to his knees. Epilogue, Earth Ascendant. The Galactic Empire was no more. In its place, a new order began, one not built on fear, but on memory. Memory of the time they tried to kill 3 women who carried the blood of Earth. They had underestimated humanity. They had forgotten what Earth is. But now, they would never forget again. "You chose the wrong species,"